This is Jalan Besar Stadium, and we are here for the Singapore Premier League match between Young Lions and Albirex Niigata. It's a breezy Saturday evening here, and lots to look forward to. In match week 11, yesterday 7 goals we had. Balisa Khalsa feasting on Jalan International. It could have been more, missed opportunities in that one. Tomorrow, a massive game back here at Jalan Besar as Lion City Sailors take on BG Tampines Rovers. First versus second could have massive implications for the title. And at Bisham on Monday, it is Hougang United versus Tanjong Pagar. Tonight, two teams with very different missions. Young Lions to lift themselves off the bottom of the table and actually get their first win of the season. That would get them level with Tanjong Pagar United, albeit with an inferior goal difference. For Albirex Niigata, perhaps a shot at the second spot in the table. They will only be a point behind BG Tampines Rovers before their big game tomorrow. As always, we want to hear the thoughts of the coaches ahead of the match. Start first with Firdaus Qasim of Young Lions.
Hi Firdaus, never easy leading a team that's dealt losses week after week. Just checking in on you, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, and I think the team is also feeling good as well. So looking forward to, I think this is our first meeting against Albirex, so really looking forward to it.
And you've got a very young squad, but that squad is also pretty big. How do you keep everyone happy, especially when results are hard to come by?
I think firstly, it's a big credit to the boys because it's not easy to manage, and what people don't see is that most of these boys, they are not full-time footballers, so they have to manage working in the day, coming straight to the games, and it's not easy. Even though we have a very big squad, but the availability and the way that we have to manage the loads for them to recover, I think is very important. And yeah, the players, in terms of game time, everybody will have it. We don't just have SPL 1, but we have SPL 2 games as well for them to clock their minutes.
And tonight, a tough mountain to climb in Albirex, your first meeting against them. Like you said, how much do you hope to carry that consistency over from the previous game to this one?
Well, I hope we can create as much chances in comparison to the last game. I think this is a very good step forward, and then we can talk about trying to get the results and being consistent on that front.
And you said before, just to quote you, football is about creating chances and scoring goals. Will it be too big of an ask for a Young Lions win tonight at home?
Anything is possible. So we look at the small wins first, the things that we set the target with the players, and again, you have to create your chances before you can score, and then we can talk about winning games and getting points on board.
Hi Shige, a small hiccup last week against Tampines, but a chance to close the gap today. Looking ahead to this match, what have you learned from that loss that will help you tonight?
Yeah, in that game, a few mistakes had a big impact on the result. So what we learned from that game is the importance of these details and concentration. So I think the most important things is not to repeat the same mistakes.
And it's your first time facing Young Lions this season. What's your assessment of them, and what are you expecting them to dish up?
I think that their attackers have speed and individual quality. So we expect them to be aggressive. So we have to manage the risk well and control the game for 90 minutes.
Well, two contrasting interviews there from the head coaches of our teams on offer this evening. Let's also get the thoughts of the man next to me here in the commentary position, Shashi Kumar. What have we got in store tonight?
Well, obviously, they spoke to Firdaus and Shigatomi and spoke about player rotation for the Young Lions, and they've got a big squad, as he said. And it's a matter of which side or which players he picked for this one against a very strong Albirex side. And Albirex, they've got a pretty settled side. And Shigetomi, we know a lot about him. He doesn't change his side a lot in terms of player makeup. And, you know, he's going with a very strong side as well. It's going to be a big ask, and it's going to be interesting to see how Young Lions fare, and in terms of organization as well. We don't exactly know whether, you know, they're going to sit deep, but I think for now they should be more organized against this strong Albirex side.
This, would you believe, is the first time these two sides have met since April of 2025. It's been 10 months almost since they've met. Amazing when you think the league size. It's not a big league. But there we go. That's the vagaries of the schedule, the roster, as it were. And they will get to renew acquaintances. The last time they met was a goalless draw, would you believe, on the 13th of April, 2025. Somehow, I don't think that's going to happen. There was that stunning 7-1 win as well that Young Lions had in the Singapore Cup on the 28th of March. Anyway, the match officials, Mohammed Hilmi Fuad is the referee, J.R. Shukraj, Limsi Singh are the assistant, Shakawi Buhari is the fourth official. VAR today being presided over by Jehaman Zaitun, and Shafiq Chufri is assisting him. Well, they're very good form at the moment, Albirex Niigata, albeit, of course, that defeat against BG Tampines Rovers, 4 wins on the bounce before that. As we said about Young Lions, they are still desperately searching for that opening win. And Shasi, once you get that monkey off your back, there is a certain pressure relieved, isn't there?
Of course, and I think for the Young Lions, only one draw all season. That was against Tanjung Pagar a couple of games ago, 3 games ago. And this is the starting lineup for Young Lions, and we think that's going to be a 5-man midfield. It could change during the game, obviously, in attack and as well as in defense. But, you know, a few players to watch out for. Obviously, the number 9, the big man up top. And number 6, Ajay Robson, he comes in for the very first time in a very long while. And he will, more of a dynamic midfielder. He can play defensively as well, but he likes to go box to box as well.
Just looking at the substitutes, yeah, there have been 5 changes made from that side that lost 3-1 at Balestier Castle. I thought they played really well that day. But Nathan Mao and Lut Fatih are not around for this, not available. Andy Rifke is on the bench. Enrico Silveira, who had returned after a 4-match absence, is dropped to the bench. It's a first start, as you mentioned there, for Ajay Robson since end of September 2024 when he started for Hougang. He has made a couple of Young Lions appearances as a substitute. We now look at Albirex Niigata, and after that disappointing 2-1 defeat at the hands of BG Tampines Rovers, they make a couple of changes. Hasan Kamarudin, who's been a regular, is not available for this one. Naoki Yoshioka is dropped to the bench. In comes Syed Firdaus, who has been quite regular, normally at the back. And Young Hyun-ju, just a second start. He's made a number of substitute appearances since he signed at the start of the year. He has been really impressive, Shasi. That partnership with him and Shingo Nakano looks really dangerous.
Yeah, exactly, and it's pretty sure that he will come off the left-hand side of the attack, joining Nakano in attack and Ishibashi on the opposite side. But like I said before, very settled side. They play with a 3-man defense in attack, and then they've got Zul Suzliman and Abdul Razak coming in to form a 5 in defense. But they've got a very, very good side.
Now, what's really interesting to note, just about, well, less than 5 meters from us, there's Firdaus Qasim up here in the stands with us, which I have to say is a fantastic position to watch the game. And Shasi, you know, you've been there, done that as a coach. Obviously, you want to be down with your team on the dugout, but the view is so much better up here, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But it's also a surprising thing, you know, with the head coach actually sitting up there and leaving it up to your assistant. So it depends on how you want to see it. But yeah, so he's got a macro view of everything, and I think it's Tengku Musharat who's on the bench as his assistant.
Well, I remember Glenn Hoddle, the legend, used to do it for Tottenham Hotspur back in the day, being up in the stands. showing my age a bit. It's about 20 years ago, as we see a free kick given on the edge of the area.
That's a great run, actually, and was stopped by shoulder barge in there. That was number 47, Nicholas Michael Benninger.
Well, they had a terrific start, I thought, against Besar Khalsa, and their pace really was a problem. Can they make inroads very, very early on? Well, you need a better free kick than that, really, to cause problems. Headed across the face of the goal. Ajay Robson takes a shot. Shingo Nakano helping out at the back. And it's away by Kim Tae-yuk.
And how disappointing is that free kick, you know, and how difficult is it to put the ball over the wall, which is 10 yards away.
Yeah. That's the kind of basic stuff you want to see done properly, Shashi.
Exactly. And again, we can talk about them being young and, you know, and everything. The excuses can come in, but you can't, or you can, or you have to put the ball over the wall. Simple as that.
So we are hearing that Firdaus and Tunku are going to be taking turns. Firdaus will come down later in the second half, and I guess Tunku comes up here, Tunku Mushadan. Interesting. First time maybe to launch an attack. Kim Tae-yuk trying to hook the ball goalward.
That was a long throw, that giving a little bit of problems in the Young Lions defense. Up, stepping it out wide.
That's actually Nozomi Ozawa there, excuse me, with that attempted hook into towards the goal. Sergio. A couple of the notes for Young Lions tonight is that they have got a bit more experience about them. When you look at Andrew Auer's been around for a while, Amir Shafi's, Ajay Robson, Kieran Teo, they've been playing for a while at least, either at the Young Lions or other clubs. So a bit more of an experienced lineup here as that ball just skips away to Iswan Mabutan's.
Yeah, they got to be careful over this, about these straight balls over the top. You know, I think they've been caught before easily. You know, his players just switching off. And this one nearly broke out to Zul.
I recall, Shasi, against Lion City Sailors, you and I were here.
Yep.
When it was that kind of ball. Oh, Young Ju gets the cross in.
Yeah, not a bad ball there. Difficult for the defense to handle that, but Iswan does well there.
Sergio puts that out of play. Yeah, just to finish off on what I was saying there. Andrew Auer returning after a couple of substitute appearances. Kieran Teo returns after national service commitments. He's been a regular in this side, so we're looking to have a bit more experience tonight. That's put out of play by Fairuz. And I think where possible, obviously, Shashi, Firdaus would like to keep as a settled 11 as he can. I know that's so difficult, of course, with everything that happens with Young Lions. Is that, again, straight to Iswan?
No, I don't think that's possible at all with the Young Lions side. You talk about national service, and he just spoke about players coming in from for training from everywhere and even for matches, so he won't get a settled side, and I think that's a given as well. So he's got to do whatever it takes. It is what it is.
Joelson. Ajay Robson, a very tidy player. I know he certainly caught your eye, and you know him quite well, don't you, Shashi?
Yeah, he's full of life, he's full of energy as well, and that's why he can go box to box Just have to just watch his tackle sometimes. Can be a little bit overzealous, give away fouls.
He was getting very regular start time, wasn't he, with Haugang?
Yep.
Certainly highly rated when he was there. But it's been a long time out for him to be starting competitively. Let's see how he goes today. Fadaus back in the side tonight. Shingo Nakano. Here is Abdurrazak. He's done well on loan from Lion City Sailors. Young Honju. Oh, it's a lovely ball in, and it will be an goal. Well, I think Shingo Nakano doesn't know what's going on around him, but that's what he needs to be burying.
Well, a couple of things to talk about. Firstly, this ball was a good one, but look at the defense, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And then he does well to get in there first time. Goalkeeper makes a good save, but from the rebound. Oh, that's really the miss of the season.
I was going to say, is that a contender for you?
Definitely.
How on earth?
But that was a great ball, wasn't it? And again,
fantastic.
It's too easy, and it was Kieran Teo just letting Nakano slip inside, unmarked.
I got ahead of myself, Shasi. I thought he was about to bury that. But concerns about the defence there. Abner Vinicius with a touch. And again, it just shows that understanding that's already been built up between Young Hongju and Shingo Nakano. Choi Yun-soo. Here's to Zulkainen.
Said Firdaus is also another character who can play anywhere in midfield or in defense, and today he's just playing out as one of the four-man midfield. He can be a wing-back as well on that right-hand side.
Where do you prefer him?
Oh, it's a very good question, actually. I think he can play equally well in those positions in central midfield. He can play at right-back, in a back three, as one of the central defenders as well. So it's a tough one for me.
Abner Vinicius. Johnson. Kieran Teo decides to go back to his goalkeeper. Spence up against Choi Yun-soo there, who was strong. On Sunny, who was involved in that second goal. BG Tampines Rovers might be a bit disappointed at how that was conceded. They had their chances in that one, Albirex last week, and goal disallowed on VAR, ball cleared off the line, hit the woodwork, then it kind of petered out for them. Here's Choi, or Cho. Zulkainen. Oh, he's done so well again. Ju, and the referee felt there was a foul. He started going really quick on that.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about, Ajay Robson. You know, being overzealous in the challenge. You don't have to give away a foul. He's impatient with the challenges. So you need to... Hyun-ju was already facing the line, facing the corner flag. And he tends to get drawn out of position as well, Ajay Robson.
Sergio felt he was onside on that one. Zulkainen. He's done well here. Now, that foul by Amir Shafiz is just outside the box.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what Amir Shafi is going on about. It's a foul from the back as well. Zul does well. That's a combination of Fairuz and Amir. I think it was Fairuz with the first pull. Definitely a foul. Maybe Amir did get a touch on the ball, but it doesn't matter. It's still a foul. It's a good position here.
Now we saw a similar type of position for the free kick at the other end. Amir Shafis couldn't get it over the wall. From a promising position for Young Lions. Let's see if they do better here. Albirex Niigata. Young Hong-ju whips that in. Comes off Kieran Teo. Abdul-Razak wanted to get the corner, which he still feels it should have been.
Yeah, Ajay does well there, strong in the challenge. This ball was whipped in a very dangerous area. Kieran had to get his hand onto that. The keeper was unsighted.
It's not a great touch by Amir. Sukanen looking for Young Hong-ju. Some quick passing in a dangerous area. In the end, Joelson feels he has to just get it out of the danger. Should be a goal kick.
Yeah, last touch was by Hyunju. It's a very high line, or at least the front three of Albirex. Making his one play along.
It's good for players like Abdul-Razak and Zulkarnain to come into this Albirex side, get plenty of minutes.
Yeah, of course. And I think he's started
pretty much every game.
Yeah, exactly, since he's come on, and he's done wonders actually. Obviously there's match fitness, confidence, with the playing time added in.
That one was given away, but it is back with Albirex Niigata. Here's Young. Oh, he's done well again. Cuts inside. Young still going. Oh, that was some last gasp defending, but it all started with that weaving run from Young Hyung-ju.
Yeah, it's a problem, isn't it? Hyung-ju, Fairuz, loads of problems on this side. To be fair, he's stuck with him all the way, but still managed to put the cross in.
It's a little concerning from a Young Lions point of view. Kim Tae-hyuk back to Hassan Sani. Kome leader. They've looked pretty comfortable so far, Albirex Niigata. Cho Eun-soo. A lot of the attacks at the moment coming down this left-hand side. Now Zulkarnain. Yes, Ishibashi. Leader. It's just closed down there nicely by Benninger. Abdul-Razak. Oh, taking a shot, but that fizzes near that post, and he takes no chances. Iswan Mahmoud and Choi Eun-soo, we've seen him score a fantastic long-range effort a few weeks ago.
Well, that's a good shot, wasn't it? I don't exactly know whether it was going in. Iswan wasn't sure, and this was the run from Eun-ju just before that. And the cutback there, Nakano nearly scored.
It's just really good defend from Andrew Au.
Yeah, exactly.
That's two good chances already for Shingo Nakano, one of which you might not want to look at again. The header goes across the face of the goal. Vinicius has got so much pace. Again up to Young Hyung-ju. He's got Zulkarnain as an option. Zulkarnain. Oh, look at the amount of space that Abdul Razak had. Side for Daus.
Well, Banninger there had to be really careful. It was a 50-50 challenge. And Side Daus got there first. Just pulled out of the challenge at the last minute. But you're right there. Abdul Razak, acres of space. He received the ball on the head.
Just managed to peel away. Every time they go forward, Chassis, they are threatening, aren't they?
And Joe again at the heart of everything going forward. This time he drags the ball wide. And Mendonca there just giving the ball away needlessly in the middle of the park. Nakano there. I think that was a shot. Nearly ended up to a pass for Nakano.
Up to Abdul Razak. Again, it's another long-range effort.
That time round, it was really ambitious from Ozawa.
It's interesting to see a couple of those already. Again, he's going to go to his left to get a corner.
Yeah, he beat Spence, but not Fairouz, who does well. Stand his ground.
Floated in, but too easy for Iswan. It's all Albirex at the moment, piling on the pressure. Abner Vinicius. Here's Harry Spence. That's given away. Joyson had to be quick, got there. Ahead of Shingo Nakano.
Yeah, it was a mistake from Spence there, giving the ball needlessly. Johnson alert to the danger.
Zulkarnain kind of runs into some traffic there. Fairouz, who's having a bit of an argument with Harry Spence.
Yeah, just
What do you think they're having a go with each other about whose responsibility
Exactly,
it is?
it's positioning as well, and who goes to Zul, because he's got two men in front of him, Fairouz. That's Zul and Hyunju. So communication is key.
Well, this one felt the need to intervene there. And the shot from Cho and Shu is charged down by Fairouz.
Well, Fairouz was very brave in that, jumping into the challenge. But again, that was from the training ground, really. Training ground routine, ball hit it deep. Then with the header back inside, that was the challenge from Fairouz.
You can't take your eyes off Rong Yong-ju. He's still fighting for the ball on the line.
It's a great battle there.
He's been the biggest attacking threat, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And, he's been so direct as well. Just keeps the ball in play here. Amir, unlucky. He still keeps the ball in play there. Doesn't give up easily.
There's Cho, out towards side for Daus, on the edge of the area. Andrew Au deals with it. Side for Daus has come down Firdaus Kasim, I should say, excuse me, has gone down after about 17 minutes or so. Young Hong-ju, it's another decent ball in, and this time Shigo Nakano makes no mistake. A header from point-blank range. These two are quite the pair now, aren't they?
Well, that was a great ball, wasn't it? Into an area where you just inviting the striker. Just take a look at the top of the picture. Nakano and Kieran. He just lose sight of Nakano there, and he just ghosted in the middle of Andrew and Kieran. That's so poor if you're a Young Lions player, fan, or even the coach. If you're just looking at that, it's a simple ball in. You have one striker against two defenders in there. But take nothing away from the cross and the header. His ninth goal.
Yeah, it's been brilliant, and it had been coming, right, Chassis?
Yeah, they've been very good, Albirex, in the last 10 minutes or so, turning the screws. Just look at how the Young Lions are set up now. They're just going with a 5 in the back now, with Amir Shafiz playing as a right wing back.
Yeah, we heard that they were tinkering with things and looking at that, and it appears it's because that's just happened now. They were talking about it a few minutes ago. What do you make of that sort of change for you? Because of is that perhaps a danger on this left-hand side? What do you think? Posed by Ryung Hong-ju?
Yeah, it's a weird one as well. Now he's tucking in back into central midfield.
Would it be different moments, different formations?
Yeah, in the defensive side of things, and then Amir will just shift back into a wing back.
Yes, Sergio. Abner Vinicius. This is Amir. It's a great ball from Amir. Andrew Au. Sergio. Might just come off his arm.
Yeah. A little bit unlucky there.
Great vision there from Amir.
Yeah, it was a good ball in, and Andrew just couldn't find the power to cross it into to his striker. The cutback stopped by Ida.
Where do you like seeing Amir Shafi's? Because he's a great offensive player, isn't he, as well? But he's today playing in that pivot. What do you feel?
Well, Firdaus doesn't know. We don't know where is his best position, because you know he's played up top on his own before.
Yes.
He's played out wide.
Yeah.
He's played in a defensive position today. He's
Right.
played in central midfield today as well. So I don't know.
Here's Zulkarnain as we ponder that one. Now Ryang Hong-joo takes the deflection. It will be a corner. This player, 27-year-old, is causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. He's really been a thorn, a menace. A slight deflection there, ball goes out. And it was interesting just before the game as well in the warm-up. I think the young Lions were actually doing kind of like a training session, defending corners and set pieces from these positions.
Right. Yeah, I think you were talking to me about it.
Yeah.
By the way, if you've been impressed with Ryang Hong-joo like we have been, and just to give you an idea of the standards, he's a J4 player, the 4th tier of Japanese football.
Yeah, he's been good to watch.
Absolutely.
From this left-hand side, and it's got a good combination actually with Zul Susliman as well on this left-hand side.
Well, that's lofted in, and Ryang Hong-joo doesn't quite get that right. Might be the first time we've said something like that about him tonight.
It was a good ball, but I think Firdaus puts him off a little bit with the jump.
Yeah.
This ball in from Ishibashi, or rather, that's a good ball from Ozawa. And just lost flight of the ball as Firdaus made a jump for it. Just drags it out wide.
They need something here.
Well, it does look like the young Lions are going to make a change.
Yeah, spot there, Shasi. It's going to be a defensive addition, we think. Enrico Silveira. Just waiting to hear what the decision is on that and where Enrico will go. Here's Komelida. Abdul Razak. Ishibashi. Lovely work again from Albirex. There's a foul on Ryang Hong-joo. Andrew Au with the header away. That's a cheeky little touch from Kim Tae-hook. So, he's been pretty quiet, Nicolas Berniger, and he's coming off. And it's going to be Enrico, so it's an attack-minded player off for a defender. And you can see Firdaus having a word there with Berniger, who's just come off.
Yeah, it just does look like Enrico there, just going into the central area in defense, just joining up with Joelson and Kieran Teo.
So that's the 5 now, isn't it?
Yeah. And Vinicius Jr., or Abner Vinicius, goes out wide on that left-hand side.
That's put out of play. Well, the new man, Enrico, he started the last game. That was a first in 4 that he started and then was dropped today. And I think they feel that they need to just bolster. So, to confirm then, Shashi, it is a 5-4-1?
Yeah. And with Ahmed Shafi's coming in back into the middle with Ajay Robson, Spence on the right, and Abner Vinicius on the left-hand side. Well, that's a good ball, actually, straight at Nakano. Just couldn't control it. Just going past him straight at Izwan. But at the moment, the Young Lions, they just can't seem to get out of their own half. They want to play out from the back. It's still on, actually. Just play out to Joelson on the right-hand side. Wish he could have done 5 minutes ago.
Here's Enrico. Going all the way back to Izwan. Well, that's fallen nicely for Sergio. Sergio and Harry Spence also having a bit of a disagreement now on what should have happened there. Abner Vinicius. Kieran Teo. I think sometimes the ball isn't a bad thing, is it? They've just not had enough time of it.
Yeah, exactly. And it just does look like they're kind of like disjointed, you know, as you're going forward, so they're not pretty sure on positioning as well and who to pass to.
I just want to go back to something that we kind of discussed earlier. Firdaus has been, I think, quite fortunate in this, that he's had a relatively settled 11, or at least 8 or 9 players in the last few matches. Today's been the most changes I've certainly seen in a while. 5 of them have come in, and I know that's obviously that's just the nature of Young Lions. You've spoken about that earlier.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, you're talking about not being fluid and lack of communication. I just wonder if that's part of it today.
Yeah, of course. You know, like you said as well, with Ajay Robson coming in today as well. Players have not played together in a match, not in training sessions. So that could be one of the reasons. They do look a little bit disjointed going forwards, especially.
Oh, this is what he's good at, Abner Vinicius, in these sort of positions, running at players. Finds Harry Spence, who tries to return the ball to him. Looking for a corner.
Yeah, it was very direct there. And as Vinicius going from left to right, but decided to play it to Spence in the end. Went for the return ball. Ishibashi does well to stick to his play all the way. Good defending.
Oh, he goes down there, Sergio Mendonca. Still on the ground. RJ Robson felt he was fouled as well.
It wasn't given. And Mendonca is still sitting on the floor.
He's slowly getting up there, Sergio. I have to say, I thought when there was a tussling in the box, I thought I saw his jersey up to his neck.
And linesman didn't spot it, then even the referee didn't spot it.
Spence, now Sergio. Is that a foul from the big man? It is.
Yeah, his Ida was brilliant. Just went on to Mendonca as early as possible. As soon as they lost the ball, there you go. Some good defending. Combination of Ishibashi rather, and number 5, Ida.
Have a look now.
Yeah, there's nothing
no,
really.
No, you're right.
Just a coming together in the middle, which happens almost every game, these situations.
Free kick. Goes out for a corner at the other end. So, while we were sort of kind of wondering what was going on in that tussle in the box, yeah, certainly Firdaus and his assistant, they're feeling that it should have been a penalty, but as we've seen, really not too much in that. Young Hyungju taking the corner. Abdul Razak. Should be another corner.
Yeah, just take a look at Mendonca there. As the ball comes in, he wasn't looking at the ball at all. There you go, just looking at the player.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know where the ball is. The ball comes off him. It's a corner again. Hyungju will take this.
I think, Shashi, for all their wonderful possession and attacking intent, they want that second.
Of course, we all know what happened yesterday as well.
Yeah.
2 goal, 3 goal, not enough in this league especially.
Across the face of the goal, Kieran Cho gets enough on it. It falls to the danger man. Here's Young. Ishibashi. Here's Firdaus for Albirex. Lofts it into the box. Didn't get a touch on that, Ozawa. He's now on the ground.
Yeah, it's offside. That's given. Ozawa is down, still down. It's a good decision. Just off. Ozawa coming from outside in.
It didn't look bad at the initially.
Yeah, I think it was just the landing. He jarred his knee or his ankle.
It's put out of play. Kim Tae-wook.
Yeah, superb defending. Got there in front of Amir Shafiz. Showed good speed there.
Here's Harry Spence. Back to Enrico. Now Joelson.
Oh, I just love to see Harry Spence just go forward, just like this. Drive the ball forward instead of playing the ball back.
Try to get that through to Andrew Al.
Be a little bit more positive.
Amir. Now Spence. I'm not sure you could really expect Spence to be getting to that. It does in the end do something.
Didn't look like the ball had gone out of play there.
A little bit better for Young Lions.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky as well. I thought it was a corner. And Yoon-soo plays the ball off Young Lions player. Just before that, we talked about Harry Spence going forward. That's what he should be doing, especially in the attacking third.
All about, there's the possession at the moment, more than 60% with Albirex. They've had all the opportunities. I don't think Hassan has really had anything to do so far. But just the one goal. Andrew Al, by the way, has just come onto this right-hand side. And Virus has gone off to the left. I just wonder if that again is to deal with Young Hong-ju. Here is Andrew Au now. Here is Young. Still going, Young Hong-ju. Onto the byline, it's always causing problems. Bit of a heavy touch there from Ozawa. Here's Kim Tae-wook.
Hyun-ju again, he went past Silveira like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Now Harry Spence tasked with keeping an eye on Young Hong-ju. He's in a pocket of space there. On the volley! Oh, Shingo Nakano. That would have been a glorious goal, but Shasi, how much space did Young Hong-ju have there?
Again, it's too easy. He's just ghosted in behind Harry Spence. There's no communication whatsoever. And there he's just ghosted past both the right-sided player in Andrew Au and Silveira and even Spence.
I was just saying, Harry Spence was sort of man-marking him for a little bit, and then he just peeled away. Joelson is just back off his haunches. He's okay. Into the last minute. That would have been quite the volley from Shingo Nakano.
Yeah,
a few chances.
Good attempt. It's a difficult one as well, taking it first time from there.
Ajay Robson closed down. Here's Amir Shafiz. Has to go back to Enrico.
The court official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
2 minutes of added time. Now is one. He's been very, very busy, unlike his opposite number.
Yeah, I don't think Hassan has had to make a save.
Out towards Cho and Su, though, he gets ahead of Harry Spence. Overall, very comfortable for Albirex, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
His first half.
It's been too comfortable, really. And the Young Lions side haven't really passed the halfway line a lot in this game, especially in the attacking sense.
Well, there's been a lot of possession, a lot of chances. They've looked sharp. But just the one goal so far for that man, Shingo Nakano, who's had a number of opportunities, including one right at the very start, being in good supply. Ryung Hyung-ju, who's been absolutely superb. They've had to make an early change in this game, a tactical one. Enrico's come on, Young Lions, to try and shore up that defence. But Iswan Mahmoud has been a very, very busy goalkeeper. And once again at half-time, they are trailing and looking to try and get themselves back into the game. At the break, it's Young Lions 0, Albirex Niigata 1. We'll have highlights and analysis in just a bit. It's 1-0 here at Jalan Besar Stadium. Albirex Niigata leading against Young Lions. And when we look back at the story of the first half, Shasi, I think the main point is it could have and should have been more.
Yeah, I think so. And this was the first chance, wasn't it? The miss of the match, probably the season as well. Right in the 6-yard area from the rebound. Great save from Iswan.
Do you think he hesitates? I mean, I'm just trying to find some redeeming thing here for Shingo Nakano, who's normally deadly.
Nah, he wasn't. His reaction tells it all. You know, and it was a miss. And this was another run from Hyung-ju, was brilliant. Nakano this time does better, but that was a great block, wasn't it, from Andrew Au?
Yeah.
Right on the line there.
That was another great chance. But this is the kind of run that he's been doing time after time. They just couldn't handle him.
Yeah, exactly. He's been brilliant. Hyung-ju, man of the match so far at least.
Well, that pressure finally paid off in the 23rd minute. And again, it was this combo. Hyung-ju to Shingo Nakano. A bit more direct, this one.
Yeah, direct, but, you know, should have been avoided. And, you know, Andrew Au and Kieran Teo having a go there. And they should have a go with each other before this happened, because all it needed was a little bit of communication. And you got to look at Kieran Teo there, because he's very square. He doesn't know where Nakano was, and then jumped for it, totally missed it. And Nakano, having missed that earlier chance, will never miss that time.
This was harder than the one he missed. Again, this was a wonderful, look at that, what the space he had there. Hyung-ju.
Yeah, too much time. He just ghosted into that pocket of space. Again, lack of communication at the back from the Young Lions and Nakano. To tell you the truth, this one was a much difficult chance. Definitely difficult to take it. And he took it first time. Credit to him as well.
You realize, Shasi, every one of those was Hyung-ju to Shingo Nakano.
Exactly. It's like 2 against 11.
It's been like that. I mean, look at this. They double everything, more than double. Look at the number of attempts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the 2 that Young Lions had, but Shasi, the complaint will be you have to show more than a 1-0 at this stage, don't you?
Yeah, of course. You know, Albirex, they want more. They have to go for goals in the second half. As for the Young Lions, I think they can do something if they are a little bit more positive. Probably showed a little bit too much of a respect to Albirex. Set back a little bit too deep for my liking.
So let's see what will happen in just a bit. Reminder, tomorrow, massive game. Lion City Sailors are up against BG Tampines Rovers right here at Jalan Besar Stadium. First versus second. Really, if you're BG Tampines Rovers, nothing less than a win to narrow the lead at the top of the table. And then on Monday at Bishan Stadium, it's Hougang United versus Tanjung Pagar United. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the second half of this match as Albirex Niigata look to consolidate their lead. So it is 1-0 to Albirex Niigata. They lead against Young Lions. It's half-time. And I just want to ask Shashi Kumar here with me in commentary, where do you think now Young Lions will go, Shashi? They started with a 4-5-1 or a 4-2-3-1. They kind of moved to a 5-4-1. Do you think they looked any different? Were they any more effective when they changed?
Well, it's just player or personnel changes in that that change that he made in that first half. You know, I don't think there was any tactical changes in that. Just personnel with Silveira coming in, and then Firos and Andrew are still out wide, so nothing changed in that. But what I would like to see in terms of changes in the way they play going forwards, I think they can be a little bit more positive, start maybe 10 yards high up the pitch a little bit,
right?
Because I think they have the ability to at least do something with the speed of Abner, Vinicius, Mendonca maybe, and even Spence on the right-hand side. But what they can't do is concede goals like that, because it was an easy cross into the box. They had more than enough players to handle the cross, which they didn't. So that's a problem for me.
Well, we are awaiting word on what's going to happen next as to substitutes. As for Albirex Niigata, I guess it's more the same, and just make sure you finish.
Yeah, it's about being clinical, isn't it? You know, they create the chances, and probably need to get behind the defense maybe a little bit more with Nakano making his runs. But so far they've controlled the game with a couple of corner kicks, set pieces. They just pile on more pressure on the Young Lion side. No changes for both sides. A couple of interesting subs as well for both sides, and obviously lots of experience on the Albirex side. As for the Young Lions, they've got two goalkeepers in there, and obviously with Aisil, he's one coming in. Aisil has been dropped really. They've got Marcus Moses, also a centre-back. He's been good as well from Man City Sailors. Got a couple of 17-year-olds in there, Harish Danish, Andy Rifki, Daniel Ukayo. And they've got two 19-year-olds, Gav Sahu and Rais, Yazid Rizal Rais.
No changes coming into the second half. Did you think there might have been any kind of shift at halftime for Young Lions in particular?
I think the shift is in terms of how they go forward in the second half. You know, I think they've defended in that first half, defended deep, and probably a little bit more live going forward, especially on those wide players in Abner, Vinicius, and Spence, left and right wing. I don't think the service for Mendonca has been great as well.
Let's see if the halftime talk is going to rub off here on Young Lions. As you said, a bit more positivity, a bit more belief in themselves. As for Albirex Niigata, well, they know that the team in second, BG Tampines Rovers, have a tough match tomorrow against Man City Sailors. They really want to put the pressure on, get that win, and be a point behind them going into tomorrow's game. As Young Lions kick things off in the second 45. Komelida. Abdul Razak. There's Ajay Robson. Leader goes back to Hassan Sani, who surely would have had the least number of touches of the ball in that first half. Cho and Su. Joelson leaps and gets just ahead of Shingo Nakano. Harry Spencer's fouled.
Yeah, Yun Su there, just going through Spence. Played short.
Right down the middle from Iswan. So a foul there from Amir Shafi's on Ishibashi. Sergio was looking for Spence. You can see that run from Andrew Au. Option not taken. Spence. That came off Kim Tae-hook.
Yeah, it's already a much better start for the young Lions, and it's all in the mentality, isn't it? And they're now pressing high up the pitch. Ajay Robson just trying to win the ball back again. A little bit of pulling in there as well. Foul.
Again, I just saw quite a few words exchanged between Sergio and Spence. This one up to Abner Vinicius, who gets a touch on that. Ishibashi, now Nakano, that's a bit of a soft touch. This is quick football, much better from young Lions. Now Spence. Sergio goes all the way back though to Ajay Robson.
Wow, that's poor from Mendonca. It's just a simple 1-2 with Spence on that side, and Spence would have been away.
Abner Vinicius, he's going to go for goal.
Well, worth the try there, as he cut inside with a little bit of space, why not? But just before that, you know, that passage of play with Mendonca. This was the attempt from Vinicius.
Yeah, he pushes it all the way back, doesn't he, near the centre circle.
Yeah.
This has been positive, as you mentioned, Shasi.
Challenge from Ishibashi on Amir Shafiz, and Ishibashi is very surprised. I think he got a little bit lucky there, Amir. Yeah, nothing in that as well. Both players going for the ball.
Andrew Au. Enrico gets across to Abner Vinicius, who gets past one. That's Abdul Razak. His purpose about young Lions at the moment. Not a great ball from Andrew Au, but the drive is there at least. Shasi, it's certainly an improvement from what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, it's just that shift in mentality. Definitely just go forward in the second half, and everything is different now. But now it's all about the quality in the final ball, the decision making in the final third. It has to be better.
I have to say, it's been pretty much young Lions in these early exchanges of the second half. Yes, Yang Yong-ju, who's come across onto this right-hand side for a bit. Side for Daus. There's Ozawa. Now Cho. Young takes the snapshot. This is better now from Albirex. Kim Tae-hook. I think I've seen more touches from Hassan Sani in the first 5 minutes of this first half than we did in the entire, second half than we did in the entire first half. Side for Daus. Pretty sure he didn't mean to do that, Abdul Razak.
Yeah, Razak there, that was poor. He needed to control the ball.
Heavy touch from Vinicius, he's got away with that. Ozawa. Launched forward by Komelida. Knocked down by Baek Hyung-ju. Not sure really what the thinking was there from Ishibashi. Or rather Ozawa, excuse me. Well, Cho was aggressive, got there first. Enrico. Now Amir Shafiz. Here's Abner Vinicius for Young Lions, who's had a few runs in this second half. Abdul Razak. Done well there. Oh, lovely turn from Ozawa. Here's Ishibashi, play continues. Zulkainen into the area. Just runs into a lot of red shirts. When he gets it as far as Cho and Su.
They're just stepping in, and the referee speaking to RJ Robson with the challenge that he made earlier on, a little bit of shirt pulling.
That should have come off the arm there of Ozawa.
Yeah, Vinicius there saying that he's cut in a few times, but there's no support in terms of someone to play the ball to.
We're going to have, it's pretty early on in the second half, and they've looked about the best spell they've had in this match so far, Young Lions, but they are going to make a couple of changes shortly. Which I think is quite interesting to see. That's going to go down as well. With the players coming off, who's put in a good shift in the second half. Yes, Ajay Robson. who's one of those who's going to leave. They're taking off two of the more experienced players on the pitch.
They're going to put in two 17-year-olds.
Just when it felt, Shasi, that they were coming to terms with this game.
Yeah, I think so. And especially with Haji Robson's lots of energy in the middle of the park. It's a close one.
That was very close from Enrico. Launched forward by Iswan up towards Harry Spence, who trips over Zulkainen. Who clears up towards Shingo Nakano, who nods it on to Rian. Look how quick he is and determined to get to the ball. That's not a great foul by Joelson, who's probably going to get booking here.
Yeah, Yunju there, so quick was Enrique. All right, and then Joelson, two Brazilians in a row.
He was waiting, wasn't he?
Oh, that's
tap the ball forward.
It's a clear foul, clear yellow card as well. Nowhere near the ball.
Joelson goes into the book. Kyungju's on his feet again, and we've got a free kick.
Su will take this one.
The clearance really goes as far as side for Daus. Shingo Nakano chasing, he's done well. Now Ryung Hyung-ju. Oh, across the face of the goal, no one's there. Kim Tae-hook with a teasing ball.
Oh, what a ball this one was from Hyun-ju. Look at this. Just whipped in at the far post. He does so well. And I think Ozawa there did gamble.
Kim Tae-hook, he was looking for Ryung. Vinicius, look at that, they tracked back. Well, would you believe it? He's going to get taken off as well now, Ryung Hyung-ju. I have to say, from a purely a commentator's point of view, Shasi, I'm gonna be missing him. He's been great to watch.
Exactly, and I tell you what, the player that's coming in, number 10, Yokohata, is another player who's full of tricks, and he's good as well. But it'll be good to see both of them on the pitch at the same time.
Oh, look at that! A little bit of flair from Amir Shafiz. Unfortunately, doesn't really pay off.
Flair from the Singaporean and no flair there from the Brazilian.
Yeah, that's true. And that is going to be probably the last thing he does as well. Amir Shafiz tonight, he's going to go off as well. Some, interesting changes to be made.
Yeah, exactly, from both sides,
yeah.
Actually.
No rush to going there. Ryung makes a bit of a run, not taken.
It's safe to say the quality isn't that of last night's game in terms of trills and spills.
Yeah, agreed.
End-to-end football as well.
Cypher Daus plugging away.
Oh, that's brilliant, wasn't it?
That's Ajay Robson for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's very strong. Like I said, he will do the work for you.
Yeah, combative player. And, well, we're going to see Ajay Robson. That's the last thing he is going to do, because he's going to be replaced by Harith Danish. And Amir Shafiz, he's going to be replaced by Andy Rifki. These two have actually been having quite a lot of game time, the 17-year-olds. And that has also garnered a fair bit of attention. What do you think about these changes, Shasi?
Well, for Albirex, it's a 1-for-1 in terms of position as well. Yokohata is another player who's good and full of tricks, like I said before, very nippy. 1v1 situations has been good. And as for the young Lions, a little bit surprised, because I thought Amir and Ajay Robson, in terms of experience, they did enough, especially Ajay Robson. And especially when you're just 1-0 down. It's all about objectives and goals. There you go.
Oh, and that's a decent ball. It should be finished. Shingo Nakano profits off some poor defending there by Johnson. That's laid on a plate for him. And despite the earlier miss at the start of the game, he's not going to miss that kind of chance.
Listen, it started off with a mistake in the middle of the park by Harith Danish. And then Johnson, obviously, take a look at this. Iswan plays the ball out, Firoz, and then there you go. He lost out there. And Johnson, that's a really, really bad attempt at the clearance. It's just a nothing clearance, and he just was an assist, actually.
Yeah, why did he just hit it out?
For Nakano.
Oh, let that through. There's...
Yeah. It's just a error-strewn passage of play there. Firstly, I think Farouz played a ball which was very difficult for Harith Danish, and then he lost out, and then the ball comes in, and you want your foreigner to be much better than that. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, and make a mistake like that, and you lay it on a plate for a player like Nakano.
That's got to be...
Scored his 10th goal of the season already in the league.
That is certainly disappointing. It's... We talked about those changes. Here's the outright top goal scorer now, Shingo Nakano in the league with that 10th goal.
Obviously, Higashikawa will have something to say tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great match.
That's given away by Ozawa. Oh, look at that, Nakano advancing into the box. Oh my lord, what is that?
Yeah, he just tried to, the intention was to curl it into the far corner. Got it all wrong there, and again he was, that time around on that side of the pitch, Enrico Silveira giving the ball away too cheaply. Playing a square ball inside.
Yeah, he's done some great things tonight, but then there's been a couple of head scratches from Shingo Nakano. Nice touch on there from Harry Spence, but Yun-Soo's been on the ball.
Yeah, Yun-Soo, very strong position-wise as well. He's been really good all season.
Kieran Teo. Spence takes the ball down brilliantly. Well, Zulkarnain is there.
Well, that was class, actually, his touch. But Zul was brilliant as well in his defending.
Out wide to Said Firdaus. Well, Shasi, we're about halfway through this, or midway through the second half. Obviously now the complexion of the game has changed a bit with that second goal. But I want to ask you about young Lions, because you used the word disjointed about them in the first half. How would you assess them thus far in the second?
Well, I think they started the second half very well. They pressed on further forward, and then now they're kind of like dropping in back into that first half organization where they're pretty deep now. And a free shot there, Yokohata, and just looking at the far corner, I think Zulkarnain there just asking for a change as well on the far side. This was the opportunity. Charleston with the interception, only as far as Yokohata took it first time.
Touch on there from Said Firdaus, and Fairuz also got away with that. Abner Vinicius gets past Abdul Razak, still Abner trying to curl that in, and he's not far away.
I think Hassan was confident enough to just let it go past him, had it covered. Probably was very close as well. He just goes past Abdul Razak. Should have done better there in that 1v1 situation. He comes inside, always on his right foot. Yeah, I think Hassan knew that it was going wide.
So we are going to get a couple of Albirex changes now. As you mentioned, Zulkarnain has to be taken off. Here's Said Firdaus. Abdul Razak. Shingo Nakano running down that channel. Joelson. The little shove from Shingo Nakano. He doesn't think it was. He's saying it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, the flag went up as well.
So Zulkarnain is off for Nicky Melvin Singh. What do you think, Chelsea?
It's really a nothing challenge. Don't know how Joelson went down there.
You can see why he might be a bit annoyed there.
Yep.
Shingo Nakano. And so Katsuyuki Ishibashi is replaced by Naoki Yoshioka.
Yeah, good subs to make really, and Zul, I think he was the one who asked for a change. Nicky Melvin Singh comes in, experienced enough to come in and do the job.
Foul by Nakano. Cho and Soo. This was, remember, a couple of weeks ago, you and I think, were doing the game, and maybe, I'm trying to recall, maybe it wasn't Shasi, but Young Lions were here against Lion City Sailors right after the departure of Alexander Rankovic, and it was a bit of a listless LCS performance, and they couldn't press home the advantage. 2-0 it ended. I just wonder whether that'll be the same picture again today. Abner Vinicius goes down a little bit dramatically.
Yoshioka, having just come on, shown the yellow card. Vinicius that we're just going past a couple of players. I'm sure he's down, not because he's injured, he's really tired from... That's brilliant, actually, but Yoshioka takes him off.
Albirex up to 22 goals scored this season. 3 behind Tampines Rover, BG Tampines Rover, so a chance here to maybe get a couple more in and close that gap.
Yeah, with a win here as well, just close that gap in terms of points as well.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that BG Tampines is still in the ACL too. Loads of games to be played, so Albirex can take advantage of that.
Oh, but they're only just hitting double figures with this game. This will be their 10th game of the season. Albirex Niigata. So still a lot of football to be played. Andrew Rauer's down. Look where Joelson is right now.
And he stopped running.
They're asking for the play to stop, but he's actually back on his feet now. Yeah, still got some cramp there going. It looks like Andrew out. Wonder if that's going to prompt a change. Abner Vinicius. This is Andy Rifki. Andrew out is about to go off. Here's Harry Spence. Spence. So deals with him comfortably. Saifradaus heads on to Abdul Razak. Held up the ball well. Yokohata. Now Yoshioka. Andy Rifki. So that change will be made. Kaelin Chong, 20-year-old midfielder, comes on. And that is 4 subs done over 3 occasions, so that is it for Young Lions. Andrew heading off. Virus goes back to that left-hand side, or right-hand side, excuse me. Here's Abner Vinicius. Immediately, Harith Danish's pass was an errant one.
Vinicius is so right-footed that every single time he gets the ball, he's going to cut in. And that could be a problem as well. It's very predictable at the moment.
Yeah.
This was the challenge on Nakano.
About 15 or so minutes plus a bit of added time. Andy Rifki. Sergio spreads it out to Kelly Chung. Now Abner Vinicius. Forward by Joelson to Harry Spence, can't keep it in. Nicky Melvin Singh is chasing. He's got his arms all over Enrico there. Sergio. Wins a foul there. It's a free kick.
So Kim Tae-uk on Sergio Mendoza there.
They haven't had really an attempt on goal in a while. Young Lions surely want to test Hassan Sani again. Salvador's trying to claim that was his ball. Abner, good touch on. He knew he was going to draw the foul. Sergio. It's been, as I said, their first attempt in a while now. The referee had to play on. And there's going to be some retroactive action taken. Inside Firdaus.
Well, that's good refereeing. You know,
Yeah.
I think it was an advantage for Sergio Mendoza. Went on and took the shot straight at the goalkeeper, but sensible refereeing. Definitely a foul. It's see this so far away. They're so late. Side Firdaus.
Into the final 10 minutes then. Square the ball, they have to put it out of play.
Yeah, it's offside in the end. That was a good play actually. 1v1. Jalan Chong against Said Firdaus. He got the better of Said Firdaus. Direct goes on the left-hand side. There's just cramps for Said Firdaus.
So, Danish Kayum and Helmi Sharol. Coming on. Last couple of changes here for Albirex. I'll go Abdul Razak and Said Firdaus.
Yeah, quiet evening for Abdul Razak there. Really been involved in the match.
They're bringing their 17-year-old on. Albirex Niigata. Nicky Melvin Singh's just come onto this right wing-back role. Keeping an eye on Sergio there. Having a nice little tussle. Abner Vinicius. Jalan Chong. Curateur goes back to his keeper. Yao Yokohata, Albirex looking for a third now if they can.
Yeah, just ran out of room there on that left-hand side. Just trying to manage the game and see this game out. 3 points, more or less, safe in the bag.
Out wide here to Abner Vinicius. Good one from Harry Spence. Oh, he just seemed to see that a little bit late. Hassan Sunny. And you see now, maybe, could be a problem here. Yeah, Sergio, what, Kim Tae-hyuk?
Yeah, I think that was the complaint, isn't it? He saw it late. Good work from Spence on that side. And the shot, just the bounce in front of him. Just do feel that Hassan should have done better there.
Well, it's Komi leader.
He's asking for a change there.
Well, they can't. Unless it's a concussion. It's a great jersey that the Albirex one, the Great Wave of Kanagawa. Looks very much like that famous Japanese painting. Corner here. Hassan was kind of flailing a bit at that one. Now Helmi Sharul. That's going to be a goal kick. Two minutes left, and we're hearing there appears to be 5 more minutes of added time. Well, he looks to be climbing all over Kim Tae-hyuk on Sergio. That has been changed to 6 minutes now. Abner Vinicius. Still time here for Young Lions to maybe just force the issue. That's given away. Shingo Nakano up against Joelson.
Nakano tried to do a little bit too much there. Should have taken it earlier. But here Sharul does well.
Looking to get another chance. On a hat-trick, he's asked for a handball. None forthcoming for now.
It did look like it was handball, wasn't it? I'm sure we checked in the background. It's a great ball in that was played, a reverse ball by Ozawa onto the path of Nakano.
Nakano has had lots of chances today.
He should have at least gotten a hat-trick today.
Is he just trying to Rabona that out of play? In the 90th minute of a game in which you're trailing 2-0. 6 minutes of added time. Well, this is that early opportunity. And the handball, excuse me.
Oh, that's a clear handball, wasn't it? Ball to hand in a natural position. That's the decision.
I'm still getting over the Rabona.
I tell you what, the analyst, the Young Lions analyst up in the stands, they were having a laugh as well.
What, which one?
Yeah, the Rabona.
The Rabona. Here's Yokohata. And now, Shashi, we've had the 90 minutes, okay, there's 5 minutes of added time, but should Albirex be happy? I mean, yeah, they've got the win. That's what they came here first and foremost to do, but you're playing the bottom side. Should they be satisfied with the 2-0, given what you've seen tonight?
Yeah, why not? Take the 3 points, go home.
Okay.
Yeah. relax and get ready for the next game. You know, and I think, you know, sometimes when you're playing a weaker side,
Yeah.
then it's pretty normal to think that you might win it by 5 goals or 6 goals, and sometimes the poor opposition can do this to you as well. Do that as well.
Oh, that has rocked the bar from Helmi. You smashed it.
That's very unlucky.
They have had enough opportunities, though, haven't they, to add to that tally tonight?
Yeah. And again, it's.
Well, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Look at this.
Take a look at the defending. It's really. It was Enrico Silveira who just chucked the ball right in front of the 6-yard area for the opponents to take a shot.
Yeah, it's certainly something that will be looked at, spoken about internally. Will there be one final chance? There's usually one in at a time. That was probably it for Helmi Sarol. But yeah, as you say, they can now sit back and watch tomorrow's first versus second. Top of the table clash. Way back, Enrico. 3 odd minutes left in this one. They're pushing here for the third. Not just looking to waste time and manage the game, to their credit. Kim Tae-hook, Choi Yeon-soo, Danish Kayum. Kalen Chong. Oh, he's done well there, hasn't he, Yokohata? It's a foul by Kalen. He's just clutching his arm there.
Yeah, I think it was Vinicius with the initial challenge. Yokohata doing so well here.
Yeah.
I think it was the landing in the end. There, that one. There.
Thankfully, he's okay. It looked a bit concerning the way he clutched it and reacted. Well, we are approaching the final minute of play here. Helmi Sharon has been bright since he's come on. Nicky Singh, and we will probably end things with this corner. This is the opportunity to make it 3 then for Albirex Niigata. The 6 minutes are almost up. Away by Kieran Teo. Cho Eun-soo, well over. And this will be it. A comfortable win for Albirex Niigata, what they came to do to get the 3 points, Chassis, and It's been very straightforward for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was as expected. I think they looked comfortable, especially in that first half. Second half, for the first 10 minutes or so, Young Lions did come out. But then after that, after the second goal, they were really in control. No problems at all.
2 goals from Shingo Nakano puts him to the top of the scoring charts in the SPL. Firdaus Qasim will have been pleased to have seen an improvement from his side in the second half at least. But it's another loss, 9 in 10 now for this Young Lions side. It's 5 wins in 6 for Albirex Niigata. And we'll show you the table in just a short while, but it's been very good from them. And ends here at Jalan Besar Stadium, Young Lions 0, Albirex Niigata 2. We're looking back at the highlights from this game. Nakano with what might be the miss of the season.
Well, it was a good reaction save from Izwan, but on the follow-up, Nakano on his own rebound there should have done better. And again, this was a great ball in that was played in, and on the rebound, probably got too much time on the ball.
Well, this combo was so effective, Ryung-Ju to Shingo Nakano, and this one he doesn't miss.
Yeah, I think he can't miss from there as well. It was a great ball into the middle. And again, Young Lions defensively really poor. Just dinked it right into the middle, and then Nakano, the skipper, makes no mistake this time.
That was his 9th goal of the season. Shingo Nakano, they put him level with Hide Higashikawa of BG Tampines Rovers. Go into the second half, and once again this Ryung-Ju was causing all kinds of problems. Put that across the face of the goal, Shasi.
Yeah, another ball, and tell you what, I think the players should have Osawa, I think in the middle, should have just gambled a little bit more.
And there was the goal. Just after a flurry of changes were made, Joelson trying to defend that. First of all, you said this started way further back, didn't it? Further up the pitch.
Harry Danish there just control the ball into an area where it's always going to be a problem. And Joelson just puts it on a plate for Nakano. There they go. He turned into problems or into trouble. And then that's a brilliant assist from Joelson.
There were a few bright moments for Young Lions. Mainly Abner Vinicius was causing a few problems at times.
Yeah, and I think this time around Hassan had it covered. Tried to go for the curler. As Vinicius always going to cut inside on his right foot. Then just try to curl it.
Yeah, as we said, they just created a little bit more in this second half. They had that chance, but maybe one that Hassan Sani made a little bit more difficult for himself. He perhaps didn't see the ball so clearly.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, I think the curler, there was a good effort actually from Harry Danish. The goalkeeper just pushed it. Probably unsighted a little bit, the ball, the bounce. Should have made it comfortable.
Towards the end, they just started pushing again. Albirex Niigata and Helmi Sharrow. This would have been quite a goal for the 17-year-old, but it wasn't to be.
Exactly, and Rico Silveira there just chested it into the path of an Albirex player. Helmi Sharrow there. Unlucky, caught it very sweetly on the volley.
We'll have a look at the stats. It'll be very much in favour of Albirex Niigata. There is an improvement, Shasi, from Young Lions, but Albirex were always very comfortable, weren't they?
Exactly, 16 shots, attempts rather, 6 on target only, maybe percentages not that good. But in the end, very comfortable, take the 3 points, wait for their next match.
Talking of which, let's have a look at the table. And Albirex Niigata just 1 point behind BG Tampines Rovers, but they have played a game more, so they will look on with great interest as to what will happen tomorrow in that top of the table clash. And Young Lions, of course, rooted at the bottom of the standings. Talking of which, that huge match tomorrow at Jalan Besar Stadium. First versus second. Lion City Sailors against BG Tampines Rovers. That'll be right here at Jalan Besar. And on Monday at Bishan Stadium, Hougang United will take on Tanjung Pagar United. Also one to watch out for. So, 2 more matches to come in match week 11. It's yet another win for Albirex Niigata, yet another loss for Young Lions. It ends here at Jalan Besar Stadium. Young Lions 0, Albirex Niigata 2. Thanks all for joining us tonight. Don't forget that huge match tomorrow back here at Jalan Besar Stadium. Until then, it's goodbye.